Belinda, I guess in sport sometimes 7 days is a long time, isn't it? And kind of from the highs of beating the Swifts to what I imagine was probably one you were very disappointed in on Sunday.
Yeah, we were really disappointed in our performance. We knew Fever were a great side and they'd had great round one as well, so they're going to take it to us. And I think they physically got in the contest earlier than we did, and we took a back step to that, and we're not happy with the start of that game, but we certainly have taken what was positive out of it and also what needs to be worked on and taken it into the training track today.
If someone was sort of just looking at the scores, they'd probably see that and say, "Whoa, that was a big score line." But it was kind of more in that third quarter where it really blew open, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're right. We were in the game. I think when I was reviewing the game with about 6 minutes to go, we were only 4 down in the second quarter, and then we let them have a 2-pointer, which blows out to 6. And then we had Steph Fretwell's injury, which we took too long to regroup after that. So we've talked through that about how we step up in Steph's absence. And then I think we were still really good in 1-point netball. It's the 2-point netball the last 5 minutes of every quarter that we still need to work on.
Is Steph okay?
Yeah, Steph is fine. She's just in a boot just to keep that quite stable at this stage. She'll be back into training on Friday.
And you expect her to play?
Yeah, we expect Steph will be good for the game. She's a tough cookie.
Is it good to get, well, not good, but if it's going to happen like that, is it good, like only in round 2, it gives you time to work on things?
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. It's round 2. It's great to get learnings in round 2. Certainly not happy with the performance, but it allows us to reset and refocus for this week.
There was all the talk, and always included like the attack and that combinations, how slick it was against the Swifts and the percentage of centre passes to goals. It was reversed. What do you put that down to?
Yeah, I think obviously we lost our movement this game, so we're very good at our ball speed and our fast movement, but I think with Fever's physical presence, we shied away from that, so certainly taking that back to the Thunderbirds is the plan for this week.
And that's not going to be any easier because they perform pretty well. They've got a great defensive unit as well.
Yeah, they have a great defensive lineup. Obviously, Shamira is winning a lot of ball back there, but we also have some really good history against the Thunderbirds. In round 13, I thought we played very, very smartly against them. So looking back at that footage and looking what they've done in the last few rounds to really walk towards this contest.
And the Thunderbirds, though, they are the premiers, but do you think, are they as good? Are they better? Have they improved on last year?
Look, I think Thunderbirds are still a formidable side. Obviously, they've got Romelda back there, which is another focal point for them in attack, and they still kept that defence line. So we're expecting another tough contest, and we'll have to be at our best to beat them.
They only got beaten by 1 point against the Vixens, and I think the super shots went for the Vixens game, played a big part in it. How does that change your thinking, what you're going to do? More super shots, or how do you defend to get against it better?
Yeah, I think Thunderbirds have been playing really good 1-point netball, which is what we've been playing really well as well. So certainly winning the 1-point netball, and then like I said, we've got cards to go to in the 2-point netball, but I think it's just really ticking over the scoreboard and getting the ball to our shooters so then they can make good choices in that period.
And Laura Sheridan, welcome back here in the Thunderbird colours.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Shez has been a fantastic part of this club for a very long time, and I'm sure the crowd will get around her. And hopefully it's not her day this day, but I think it will be great to see Shez, and great the fans get to say thank you to her as well.
There was a few incidents on the weekend. I'm not quite over the whole send the player off for foul play, but there was Courtney Bruce with Fowler. Incident with the Swifts with Matty Proud on Palmer, and I think Lennox on somebody in the Vixens Thunderbirds game. Is that rule being interpreted correctly? Should there have been some send-offs for the 2-minute period or whatever it is?
Yeah, look, I'll leave that to the umpires. I think I'm a previous defender, so it's just that fine line between the contest and your intent for the ball. So I think we'll leave it up to the umpires. But I like to see all the defenders in play the whole game. I think a 7-on-7 game is much better than having anyone out off the court.
Linda, how did you think Courtney played on the weekend? It seemed like it was a mixed response from the commentators. Obviously, it would have been pretty emotional for her going and playing against a former team in that venue. How did you think she played on the weekend?
I think Courtney actually did a really good job. I think she got 9 defensive disruptions for our team. I think we probably didn't support her as well as we have done in the past out the front. I think there was a few fast plays to Fowler in the circle. So I thought, Courtney challenged all day, but again, it wasn't our day, so I think she's looking forward to the next contest.
I get this feeling, no player wants to have a loss like that, but I feel like people like Courtney and Liz Watson and Steph and Cara who've played a fair share of netball games, they really don't like a loss like that. And I guess this is where the professionalism and the experience steps up.
Yeah, absolutely. They were very dark after that loss, and it's a long trip home from Perth when you have a loss like that. And I think they were very good after the game, though. They kept it all in perspective, which I think that's the experience that they do have, and certainly put eyes quickly forward to the Thunderbirds.
Does it worry you at all having a loss this early on in the season?
Oh, look, you never like to lose, but I'm really confident in the list we've got and the game plan that we've got. It was just, we took too long to regroup, like I said, on the game, and teams like Fever will absolutely capitalise if you're off your game.
Cara, we were just talking to Belinda about how no one ever wants, to have a loss like that. But yourself, you've played a lot of netball. When you do have a loss like that, I bet it grinds you a bit, does it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, no better motivation than not putting out a brand of netball that you're proud of. And I think that we're all perfectionists at heart. And so, I think there was a lot of disappointment in the change room after the game. So, we'll be looking to right a few of those wrongs and really get back in control of the brand of netball that we want to play.
And was there a moment in the game on Sunday where you felt like it was slipping away?
I feel like it's a hard one. I think that Belinda said to us after the game they just looked like they wanted it more from the get-go, and I think that she hit the nail on the head with that. I think that we didn't bring the right energy, and obviously walking into that RAC stadium, it's a sea of green out there and they bring a lot of energy. So I think that we just need to be more accountable individually and as a group to be able to bring that energy when we're not getting it from our amazing home crowd here on the sunny coast.
The Steph injury towards the end of the second, they had to shake things up a bit. I know you played a bit of goal attack, but it did disrupt you a bit, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Steph's obviously our captain. She's an incredible leader at the front there for us, and usually a really, really calm head out on court. So, I think it was a good opportunity for the rest of us to step up, and I think reflecting personally on the game, I didn't do that. So that's definitely something that I'll be looking to work on heading into this week.
Last time the Thunderbirds came here, they actually did give you a bit of a touch-up last year here at UniSC, so a bit of motivation there, I guess, too? Yeah,
absolutely. I think that, again, though, we headed down to Adelaide in round 13 and we were able to put on a really good performance against them. So, I think that it's a blessing and a curse to have played Shamira and Laddie and Matilda quite a few times. They're quite an established defensive end in this league. So, I think it'll be more about who does their homework better and who's able to stick to the game plan come the weekend.
Can you get that style of play that you showed attacking so good in round one against such a strong defensive outfit this weekend as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Fever really stepped out on court and wanted to step up the physicality against us and really hold us down and slow us down in our attack end. So I think that we needed to be quicker to adapt to that and generate that speed through use of our movement and the ball as well. So I think that they'll probably do their homework on that game and have a look at what the Fever defensive end did to us. But I think we will also do a fair amount of homework to make sure that we're not letting that happen again.
And the 2-point shots seems to be taking a fair bit of counting for a few teams this year, and in particular like the Swifts, and the Vixens got them home by one against the Thunderbirds. So have you got plenty of potential there in your team, haven't you, with yourself and Rue and Steph as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we have a good group of shooters who are all capable of taking them. I think that that's a specific growth area for me as well. I want to make sure that I'm being a threat from range, and that's something that I'm looking to build on this year, as it's typically not something that I've done in the past. So I think that it's a good challenge point for us, but I think at the end of the day, that's 20 minutes of netball out of a 60-minute game. So we are looking to really establish a 1-point dominance and make sure we're putting on the scoreboard pressure against teams so that the shooters are really feeling it when they turn in that 2-point time to put the goals up.
And Coach was saying pretty diplomatic about players, foul players, a few incidents on the weekend. I imagine you've probably seen some of them. Do you think there needs to be some being hit by defenders and that? Do you feel there should be more stricter enforcement of the rules? If a player's foul play whacking you around the head, should they be sent up for a period?
No,
you can be diplomatic.
Honestly, I think that it's all in the fair contest. If they're getting away with it and the umpires aren't seeing it, then fair play to them. I think that we, as attackers, need to stand up stronger and be a little bit smarter in the way that we move about on court to make it really obvious to umpires, or just be strong and get 2 hands to the ball. And on the flip side, our defenders are afforded the same opportunities. So I think that you take liberties where you can, and no love lost. I think we love our game because it's athletic and physical, and I think that it's really exciting to continue showcasing that week in, week out.
Cara, I know that no one ever wants to lose, but can you sometimes learn a bit from having a big loss like that? I mean, in professional sports, sometimes can there be a benefit in getting a bit of a kick up the bum, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we, in our attack end specifically, we did have a lot of things our own way in that first week against the Swifts. I think that they threw a lot at us, but we were able to adapt really, really quickly. And I think that was complete opposite on the weekend against the Fever. So I think it's good learnings for us. And I think we just needed to be better in the moments and make sure that we're connecting on court and standing up as a unit and individual accountability.
Good on
What's that combination like with Liz Watson?
Yeah, I mean, I've had little snippets of playing with Liz at international level, and again, she is such a cool, calm, collected cat out on court. She really drives the ball for us in attack, loves to get ball speed happening, and she always is looking first into the shooters, which is great for me, standing on the end of some of those feeds. But I think what I'm really excited about is that these are just really early days for us, and we're going to continue to build this combination week in, week out, heading through to the end of the season.